Alright, well, Deepwoken is in a hot seat right now. A bunch of YouTubers are talking about it and like the updates that are happening and like the additions to the game. I was originally thinking about not doing this, but then after I watched mambles' videos, I was like, I should probably do a video as well talking about what I think about the game. And yeah, it's not looking too good right now. There's a bunch of like things that like other people, like other content creators have already talked about. I just don't want to talk about the same thing because it just makes you guys want to have to watch the same thing for like the 70th time probably, because a lot of them are just repeats about like the different updates. So I'll try to talk about something different. It's just my ideas. Deepwoken is turning a lot like YBA. If you guys know about Your Bizarre Adventure, used to be one of the most popular JoJo games on this platform. Had like 50,000 players or something, and now it has like a couple thousand. I'm pretty sure. I haven't checked. I don't play the game anymore. I used to play it. It was hella fun back then, but now it's kind of bad. Like it's not as good as it used to be, at least. Now if we think about it, that sounds like another game that we all play. Deepwoken, like there are a bunch of similarities to YBA and Deepwoken, and I don't understand why like Deepwoken is going down the same path, because like, well, you have YBA as a source to not go down the same path, and Deepwoken is still going down the same path. And also, before I start listing stuff about the game, I have to say, I'm not trying to offend any developer or like anyone on the Deepwoken team. This is like, I know they're still just human. Like, they can't pull off all of these things. Like their dev team is pretty small, I'm pretty sure. But like, it's gotten to the point where like people have lost faith in the dev team. But I'm not trying to offend any of the devs. I'm just saying these things. I know it's hard being a Roblox dev and having to meet deadlines. Yeah, so this video is no offense to the devs. I just wanted to list the things that I've observed between these two games, and hopefully the devs start listening to the community and like start bringing Deepwoken back to what it originally was. Alright, so we got a bunch of things that are similar between Deepwoken and YBA. The first off, there's no good updates. I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory. Deepwoken's updates have been pretty garbage, and YBA's like their updates, they're alright. Like YBA's updates are alright at most. They weren't the best, but like they weren't game breaking. I guess it didn't change the meta like Deepwoken's does every single week. Second off is combos. Okay, I don't know what both games are thinking. Like, YBA has 0 to death combos. I don't know if they still do. Last time I played it, they had 0 to death combos. Deepwoken has insane, like, anime combos. I don't know why Deepwoken has that. YBA, it's understandable, but, like, a 0 to death combo in a fighting game is also not fun at all. And Deepwoken and YBA both have those two things related. They have, like, mass amounts of, like, moves now. And, like, they have... Deepwoken just added a new weapon with, like, 5 criticals or something. So that's cool. People are gonna get 0 to death combos, so that's fun. In both games now, apparently. The third thing is no communication between anyone, basically. Like, there's some communication. I know Archmage occasionally talks to like the community. Some other devs also talk to the community, but most of the time there's no communication between the devs and like what they're actually planning to do each update. Even the weeklies are really limited. Like, there's some like hints to like what they're gonna do. But like major updates like Conquest, there's no information on Conquest. I think the only information we've gotten from Conquest is from Agamatsu leaking a little bit of it, and that's it. There's no communication. I don't understand why. Like, YBA did this, and it was not good for YBA. And lastly, Stone Free is basically just Conquest. Both of the things have been hyped up for like over a year. They've said they would like release soon. Keeps getting delayed. Like, Conquest is looking a lot like Stone Free right now. All that aside, old Deepwoken is like, you can compare old Deepwoken to YBA. Both are really fun. They were really simple. You can argue that like new YBA or new Deepwoken is better, but like it's not. Like, both of the games, like both the newer versions of the games are just all like combo based. There's like no skill, basically. Some people, there's some skill, but you're just mashing buttons half the time, and then you get some free damage off because some BS mantra hits you from halfway across the map, deals half your HP, and you just stuck there wondering why you played this game. So yeah, the games are basically the same. There's some differences, but like the combat and stuff is basically the same. Deepwoken's combat has like if you don't have 9 mantras, you're at a massive disadvantage. You go Neuro basically on any build that needs Neuro for that 1 extra mantra slot, and then you have some like overpowered weapon that has like 9 different criticals, deals half your HP in 1 M1 or 1 critical. And YBA is no different. They have like 50 different moves per character now, and then they have like 0 to death combos for all of them. So yeah. Now the only difference I could find, like that I could think about, was that YBA was a little bit more creative when it comes to like making a build than Deepwoken was, because in YBA you had all these options. They didn't take away those options. The only option that was stopping you was skill points and customizing your build. Deepwoken just completely like kind of killed that. Like if you want to make a good build now, you have to run reinforced armor post shrine. You can't get it pre-shrine anymore because it nerfs it by half for some reason. I mean, some can argue like this is a good addition. I personally, I don't really care. I mean, like, you get it if you're gonna go on a build with reinforced armor, you're gonna get it anyways. But like, it just kills the creativity in the game. When Deepwoken's like build system was supposed to be creative, like all the builds would be different and stuff. But now they're all the same, because if you want a good build, you either copy someone or you run reinforced armor or all the dead gods post shrine. So there's no creativity anymore. What Deepwoken has turned basically into YBA. I know I said like I wasn't gonna talk about other stuff that people already said before, but like there's something I wanted to mention. Like Deepwoken PvE, I don't understand why Deepwoken's PvE is like this. Like you're making the game so incredibly easy and making rare items so incredibly easy to get that everyone can basically get them. And I know some people might say, oh, that's a good thing. That's a good thing, like a good addition to the game. No, it's not. Because you have this overpowered weapon that everyone is going to be running around with. And that's not good for the game. It's like that one Incredibles movie where the dude's like, well, if everyone is super, then no one is going to be super. Like, that's basically just Deepwoken right now. Like, everyone has this broken weapon, and it just doesn't make the weapon special anymore because everyone's using it and abusing how overpowered it is. And I know new weapons are going to come out being more overpowered than the ones we currently have, but like, still, they don't do anything about it. And just PvE in general is so incredibly easy now that it doesn't really matter anymore where you are. You're never going to die if you know how to like fight every mob. And that could be some skill, but like they've lowered the skill gap between old Deepwoken and new Deepwoken so much that like newer players can basically master this game in like a few weeks, like 1 to 2 weeks. They could probably master the game because it's not that difficult to make a build and then just like one-shot every mob you see. Personally, I just think that rare items should just be rare. Like they're like legendary quality, but they don't feel legendary. And like Deepwoken's PvE is so easy, bro. Like, you could run in with one of the worst builds in layer 2, floor 2, and you could run out just completely just fine with all of your medallions if you want to like min-max your build or something. And this is not like, oh, you have to be really good to do this. No, like most of the player base can do this now because the game is not difficult. But yeah, that's my ranting. That's my ramble. Hopefully Deepwoken does not become like YBA because that game died off and I love playing that game. That's all I have to say. Peace out. Also, subscribe, please. Deepwoken has no content right now. I have no videos to make. Please subscribe.